with the concept that consolidating rights in a place that can offer full services, that's not a silo, that's a solution. So.
Thank you. One last question. We have 2 more minutes. No more questions? Okay, well, Tom Silverman.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
You gave a keynote a few years ago at the New Music Seminar, and you talked a little bit about, it was the first time we actually had heard the term value gap, but you weren't talking about YouTube. You were talking about terrestrial radio. And with all the conversation about value gap from a company that actually pays something, why isn't there more conversation about value gap in terrestrial? Forget about Music First and all of that. It just seems like disingenuous to complain about YouTube and be okay with terrestrial radio. And then you also gave an interesting comment. What would happen if radio shut down tomorrow? Would the record business be poorer or richer? And I think it'd be great to reiterate on that after a few years have gone by.
Sure, thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. I don't know if I was the first person to use the term value gap, but I'll take it. You're totally right. YouTube is a huge problem, and SoundExchange supports the attempt to close the value gap. In fact, I have a joke. We talk about all these safe harbors that they use. I call them safe oceans. I mean, the harbors that a lot of these services are using, the exceptions are so big now that they swallow the rule. And the FM value gap is one that we talk about tons, and and we try to propagate as much as possible. But you're right about FM radio, and to what Tom was talking about was there was this thought experiment that we did, and we asked everybody in the audience, if tomorrow, all music radio went away, FM, streaming, do you think sales would go down or go up? So I'll ask you. So if music radio went away tomorrow, FM radio stopped playing music, internet radio stopped playing music, how many people think there would be fewer sales? Okay. And how many think there would be more sales if that happened? More revenue, more sales. So back then, it was inverted. Everyone thought, oh, well, if FM stopped, we'd all stop buying. And I fundamentally resist that and disagree with that, because it's not as if the need to listen to music is going to go away. You're still going to need to scratch your itch. And if you can't get it on a free platform that doesn't pay creators, you're going to go get it from somewhere that does pay creators. Now, that's not to say radio doesn't promote. Any of you who have labels or have artists or have releases, of course you want to be on radio, because if there's $1 to be spent by a consumer, you want to influence them to spend it on your stuff. So, we all know that you'd rather be on radio than not. But radio as a whole benefits a lot more from us than we do from them. That's the point to be made. So we're not so naive as to say no one wants to be on radio, but that's free content that drives a $17 billion industry, and that's not right.
So I think that will be the last question. My last question is, what's going to be the future for SoundExchange in the next 3 to 5 years?
I think you should continue to look for us. We're going to continue to do the core work that we do really well, continue to try to make the data and the back office better, and it'll never be perfect. Anybody who tells you they have a perfect database, walk away. What I would ask you to watch for SoundExchange is all these other things that we're doing. We did and do the 114 business really well, but I think the stuff that we've created and the expertise we have to do all of that, we're going to start leveraging to do more and more things in the industry. And our primary goal is to just make the industry work better, because we were created by the industry to do this very thing. We're run by the industry. Any money we make goes back to the industry. So look for us to continue to do exciting and fun things, not just the 114 work, and hopefully we'll be able to, provide services to all of you that we're not even thinking of yet.
So to be continued, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Huppe, CEO of SoundExchange. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Let's thank Michael Huppe again. We're going to take a few-minute break now. Our next panel is going to be at 1:15. And it's Playlisting Plus, right here in the Flamboyán room. Take a 10-minute networking break, and we'll